Let's call this August 4th, 2020 meeting to order. It's 4:30. We'll do a voice roll call. Commissioner Wade.
Here.
Commissioner Glover.
Here.
Commissioner Bowens.
Here.
Commissioner Stubblefield. She'll be absent. I am here, so we got 4 present, 1 absent. We've got 2 sets of minutes to approve tonight. We got the minutes of our July 7th, 2020 meeting and also our minutes of the July 2020 meeting. Are there any additions or subtractions to them? Motion to approve both sets of minutes by Commissioner Bowens and a second by Commissioner Glover. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Both sets of minutes are approved. All right, moving right along. Our first order of business tonight is County Mayor Billy Vogel to request funds to pay contracted services to retired law enforcement person to take temperatures in this building.
On the agenda?
You're on the agenda
Looky here,
for a total of $26,000 budget amendment.
I want to thank the Budget Committee for let's buying that temperature machine. But somebody still's got to stay down there and show them where it's at, because they walk by it. And the county clerk will tell you this guy's doing an excellent job. He's directing traffic, especially during early voting. You had to walk in and walk out. He does a better job than I do. And it's just, if somebody makes that thing go off, somebody if they're not standing there, especially he can talk Hispanic, and he's good with them too. And it's just something we got to have. And I mean, it's a sign of the times, and the stimulus money's going to take care of it for us. And I would not want the public in here, somebody would stop them at the door and tell them there's a machine, you got to stand in.
Well, I think you've got to have it.
Yeah, we got to have it. It's
I'll
just
make
like
a motion.
Bowen's driving that bus.
Right.
It don't drive itself.
I make a motion that we approve the $26,000.
I've got a motion to approve and a second by Commissioner Wade. Any more discussion? Ready to vote? Commissioner Glover?
Aye.
Commissioner Bowens?
Aye.
Commissioner Wade?
Aye.
Commissioner Stubblefield's absent. The chair votes aye, so the ayes have it.
Thank you all, and I'll tell you what, we hit it out of the park when that young man asked to do it.
I will say that we will need to probably suspend the rules in order to get this in place, to get the funds in place. I will not be at this commission meeting, so whoever is going to present this resolution will need to handle that and
Thank you.
suspend the rules. Next on our agenda is Chet Biggers, our IT director, to discuss the purchase of 24 iPads.
Thank you, everybody. Everybody come back 100%. I got 24 responses on thoughts on getting the iPads. 100% could go for it. I've still got one survey out that's trying to give me an idea of the internet speed out there and the type of internet everybody has. I'm still waiting on responses for that. But Keith and the mayor wanted me to get some prices together. And as you can see on the screen, I can get an iPad with only Wi-Fi for $299. That's about $30 cheaper than going through the Apple store. You can see for a total of 24, that's going to be $7,176. In order to protect these things, an investment like this, I chose the Logitech rugged case. It's an expensive case, but it's a really good case. And that sells for $140 a piece. Some said they wanted earbuds, so I just chose the Apple EarPods. They come in at $29 a piece. And the over-ear headphones, we had about 8 of those, wanted to get those, so they come in at $44 a piece. So we got a total cost of just the iPads and the accessories are $11,367. Now, in order for me to manage these, lock them down, always know where they are in case they're lost, there's management servers that you can subscribe to, and if I need to push down an application, We're all gonna have the same applications. I can push them down from this MDM server. And if you need Acrobat, Outlook, I can push it down. It pushes it down to every one of them. You don't have to have an Apple ID. Dennis, you know what I'm talking about. We use one single Apple ID that the county has, and then all these apps get installed into that one Apple ID. And I can set up email. I can push down all the email server settings, push it down to them, and you're up and running. When we order them, they come out of the box. You just turn it on, and it's already set up for you. And that service right there is $2 a month per iPad. And I strongly recommend having this type of service.
Absolutely.
Yes, yes.
Absolutely.
It's really hard to manage these devices one-on-one.
Yeah, what'll happen is if we don't have it, then we'll be running into your office trying to get things fixed.
That's right. That's right.
Also, we can't load a software on it without you knowing we've
That
loaded
is
it,
right.
which we
That's
shouldn't
right.
be loading anything on
Exactly.
it.
Right.
It would
This is a
count
county-owned
on asset.
asset, right?
Yeah.
We just
We're,
need
and
to
we're,
use that.
the reason why we're going to this is we're hoping to more professionalize some of these meetings. I mean.
Yes, yes, we have, as an organizer during the meetings, we have better control over them. We can mute them all, we can unmute them all. Someone that calls on a phone, it's a Droid phone, sometimes you don't have access over those phones. Someone calls with a flip phone, we don't have access or any kind of control over those devices. With the headphones, we're gonna minimize a lot of the strange noises that we hear. And just to approach this kind of committees and these commission meetings professionally, like I think we should, I just think we all need to be on the same platform.
So if
I
I'm
agree.
sitting out there and I know I'm gonna be away overnight, if I'm in Gatlinburg, I would need to take my iPad with
Yes.
me so I can attend the meeting.
Yes,
I can't do it from my personal computer or my cell phone, right? Are you gonna block us?
no, I wouldn't do that. You can still do that. This just gives you the tool to do it right.
And I think we ought to mandate that it's required. If you're gonna be on the meeting,
Well,
you gotta be on the iPad.
That's up to you guys.
That's something.
There's a
for y'all
difference between a
to
handsaw and a circular saw, it's a different kind of tool.
If we're gonna try to make it professional, this would be the way if we all
Yep.
were consistent.
That's right.
Okay.
And that's the reason why in the survey, I asked, would you actually use it? And I got 100% yes on that.
And it's used for the county business, not for our personal
Right.
business.
That is
And
right.
it belongs to the county, right?
That's right.
Right.
County property.
All
Put an ID number on the back of them, and when we get booted out at re-election time, somebody else gets it.
Each one of, all the commissioners now are on our email. And when you subscribe to our email accounts, you get 1 terabyte of online storage. So instead of you guys going out to the website and downloading the package,
Y'all
the
can send
girls
it.
over there will just share it through your OneDrive account, and you open it up and it's there.
That's great. I have to remember to go out there and download that thing.
And you can just view it there from your iPad or
Yeah.
do whatever you need. There are compatible printers nowadays, HP printers that have AirPrint installed in them. You can print right from the iPads if you want to.
Yeah, I've done that.
I just think it's something that we need to be more proficient and more efficient and look more professional when we're doing our meetings.
I agree.
I agree.
I make a motion that we add this to the budget and get started on the process started.
I've got a motion to approve, and then I've got a second, but before we go to vote, does he have money in his budget to go ahead and we purchase these now?
Currently, you've got $36,000 in your capital. What we did was we just carried what you kind of had in your 20 budget over.
What I'd like to, seeing as how we haven't received our COVID funds yet, I'd like to purchase them out of that, and then we replace the money when once it comes in, if you're fine with that,
Do a budget amendment once we have the funds.
once we have the funds.
Is that the $799 or the $336?
$799.
Yeah.
That's all I've got. You ready to vote?
Yes.
All right. Commissioner Wade,
Yes.
Commissioner Bowens,
Yes.
Commissioner Glover,
Yes.
Commissioner Stubblefield's absent. Chair votes aye. 4 ayes have it. So, since that vote happened, how soon will you be able to?
Probably 3 weeks. 3 weeks to a month.
And then
Before I get them set up.
we have a training session with some commissioners and,
Yes, and we'll follow up on that. And there's some that I'm gonna have to work with, once I get this next survey, because I'm really trying to drill in on what kind of internet everybody. I've got one person that's using a Wi-Fi, a MiFi device, Verizon. So we may have to do something for them. I'm just not sure yet. They do make the iPads with the cellular built in.
Mhm.
It's $129 more for that iPad. And on top of that, you gotta pay the monthly Verizon.
right.
Which for the county is $30, but, you know, these are pretty close to the price. There may be some adjustments, but it's only brought on by the next survey, what I get from people. Because if somebody's got 2 or 3 megs down, and it's gonna be tough for them to have a meeting with that iPad.
They're gonna have to boost
Yeah.
their account.
Yeah,
Well, I've got Wi-Fi in our office along with just having Wi-Fi. We use it because if Comcast goes down,
Yeah,
I can flip
yeah.
over to Verizon.
yeah,
And I've never had a problem with it.
yeah.
I've never tried a video conference though with it.
Yeah.
I've done a lot of other stuff.
But I would say 3 weeks, three weeks to a month. I'll get them ordered this week.
So you'll get them ordered this week. We won't have them ready by probably our September commission meeting because we're going to need to have a training class and also we should be up and running live with them in October.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah, Mr. Burton will tell you, because he uses one, right?
I tried.
All right, let's move on to number 3. I've got our finance director is going to inform us about Joe Fort's need for $11,000.
Okay, you all at the building and grounds meeting last night, Joe had told you where he was having to have his personnel, his staff come in before any personnel entered the county office building and the courthouse. So on the $11,000 funds, Joe actually has funding in his budget and in an effort to not be doing so many budget amendments the second month of the fiscal year. We're going to hold off on doing a budget amendment for him.
Well, this is also COVID related and we want to get some of these COVID funds in before we're going to have to do this regardless,
Right.
but I think it's important to.
He said that he was okay, and also most of y'all were here for building and grounds meeting last night, and he had asked you all for funds so he could start his actual employee that where Steve Pentecost left. So this morning I went ahead and took a look at his paperwork again, and when Tracy ended up calculating it, she calculated his accrual on the back end, and she didn't give him his credit for the accrual on the front end.
Mhm.
So he doesn't need a budget amendment. He'll be able to start his employee on October 3rd.
Y'all got that worked out today.
Yeah, we got
And
that.
Joe knows and he's fine with that,
Yeah,
correct?
Joe's as happy as he can be.
Okay. good.
So he's moving forward.
Good deal. And let's move on to our county clerk, Ms. Groves, and Kendra Shelton, our trustee, to address the committee about the drive-up window system. The overall project should be around $40,000.
Kendra is at a funeral, and
Okay.
she's asked me to present her paperwork. You guys actually have this paperwork.
Minutes, no one hadn't heard.
You guys
I
actually,
listened to it yesterday. I heard
Yeah, you did. You were online, that's
it.
right.
Yeah, I heard it.
so you actually have the paperwork in your backup from her and from Kendra.
Any questions for our county clerk? I mean, everyone here attended the meeting yesterday, so.
I make a motion we approve.
Will this be able to, just a question, will this be able to come out of COVID?
Yes, it will. So, my recommendation is to probably wait till September. We can go ahead and approve it now, but take it to the commission in September when I think we'll have COVID funds in.
Okay.
You okay
I
with
agree.
waiting another 30 days? Did you make a motion to approve?
Yes.
Mhm.
I've got a motion to approve by Commissioner Glover and a second by Commissioner Bowens. Is there any more discussion on this? Ready to vote? Commissioner Bowens? Commissioner Glover?
Aye.
Commissioner Wade?
Aye.
Commissioner Stubblefield's absent. The chair votes aye, so the ayes have it.
So this is to do a budget amendment for the September County Commission.
That is correct.
Yeah.
Okay, and just to inform everybody, also in your packet, you'll see where Kendra wrote some details out. She currently has a credit card machine, but she's gonna go with the company that has her software through local government. They're gonna give her some credits back, and I guess this $1,594, she's just wanting to make sure y'all know she's gonna be purchasing that as a capital item, but she's getting some refunds up above, so there's no budget amendment needed. She just wanting to inform everybody so you know she's making a capital purchase.
Well, I appreciate her keeping us in the loop.
She said it's gonna be just much better to do it this way.
Good. Ready to move to number 6?
Yes.
All right, I'm gonna turn that over to you to inform us about the local banks researching the cost for direct deposits and payroll tax deposits.
Okay, currently, I don't have anything back from, Farmers Bank yet, or Reliant Bank, but Volunteer State Bank, from a little bit we can tell on this email, they're gonna wanna charge us $2,430 a year. So that's the only,
What was that total again?
2,430. And I think, US Bank was close to 6,000. I'm hoping that Reliant Bank will come back and there won't be any charge, but I won't know that probably till the next month we meet. And, Donna plans on doing this changeover in October when things slow down with the start of school and everything anyway. So hopefully I'll have farmers next month.
Let me ask a question. Is the county gonna require all employees to go to direct deposit?
It's already mandatory.
Okay, I just want to make sure, because that's the only way it works.
Yeah,
To save you any money.
Right.
it's already all mandatory.
Good.
You've done that, what, 4 years ago, 5?
Was when Sandy Head was here,
Yeah, Sandy was here and,
a few years
it
ago.
wasn't very popular, but now everybody's agreed.
Oh,
It's the way to go.
It's the easiest way to do it.
So we've been doing it quite a while mandatory.
Yep, who has to input that information into the software? Y'all do that yourselves,
Right.
the direct deposit, the bank accounts and all that
What
stuff?
happens is when you do it through the local government system, it comes through and it creates the ACH notcha file.
Okay,
And
but
then-
you're inputting the routing numbers and account numbers for each employee.
Yeah, what happens is when we're entering the new employee, there are certain screens that you go to, that you enter that, then you go to another screen to check it. And then when people are changing, we don't allow them to get a direct deposit first out the starting gate. They have to get a paper check to verify.
All right,
Mhm.
okay. I was wondering about that, because
Yeah, that's,
some of our clients, they change it like, they change accounts like they're changing clothes.
if they do, they know that they have to get a paper check because it has to be verified.
Yeah.
The first time.
All right, so the next thing on our agenda is our September budget meeting. It always meets on the first Tuesday. Well, the first Tuesday is actually on the 1st. And I need to find out what Building and Grounds is going to do, because if they wait a week out, on Monday is Labor Day. So, and I normally like to have our meetings after that, so we don't have to call a special call if anything goes. So has there been any discussion about when Building and Grounds is meeting?
No, we should have yesterday, nobody. I didn't think about it, I don't get serious to it.
Too much business going on, huh?
I mean, I'm not certain they shouldn't meet on the last day of August, personally. If not, it's going to push them
Well, it'll make a bit of difference. I mean, that'd be fine with me.
Okay. So as of right now, are we gonna leave ours for the set time, the 1st, September the 1st?
Get him to move his at the end of them.
Get his to move it, yeah, right,
It'd be fine with me.
okay.
Yeah.
So we're just gonna leave that like it is then.
So do it September 1st, okay, the first Tuesday.
So who's gonna inform? You gonna inform Eric?
Well, Eric said he was gonna be here tonight, but I don't see him on there, so, if I talk to him this week, I'll try to
We'll
mention.
talk to him
Oh,
this week.
okay.
Okay.
That's all I've got on the agenda. Do we have any other business?
Wanted to share what I thought was some good news for some ending fund balances, some exact numbers. I wasn't positive I shared it last meeting. So we ended up the fiscal year with the county general fund, ending fund balance at $12,920,26. It's, that's $1,052,935 greater than my projection. That's a 3%, better projection. And then what that does is we end the projected estimated ending fund balance for 21 in the county general fund at $12,180,026. Thought that was some good figures. Everybody, of course, ended up better than estimated. Your school system actually ended up with an ending fund balance at $12,898,840. I believe that was about $2,300,000 greater than what they projected, so that was some good news as well. Just wanted to share that with everybody, that ending fund balances actually came in better than what was estimated in the budget.
That's good.
And your sales tax, the sales tax came in at $14,195,000 and change. And actually, before COVID-19 started in February, when I was looking at the budget figures, I estimated that the sales tax would probably come in either between $14 million and $14,000,001. So this came in better than what I even thought back in February before COVID started. So based upon that, if we do get 5% again next year, if we stay at this trend, 5% increase, your sales tax for the school system should come in probably anywhere between $14,900,000 to $15,000,000. And we did put the 13.5 in the budget, as per the comptroller.
What happened with this past month on sales tax? Do we know?
What happened?
I'm just curious. Is it trending from year to year up for every month? That's
People staying home
surprising.
shopping,
It must be.
spending more money in Roberts County, and that's good.
I was just concerned about restaurants and stuff would be way down.
Hey, I'm sure they've got to be.
Yeah, they are.
But grocery stores has got to be up, so
Yeah.
you got something to,
Yeah, I got a couple questions. One, I want to ask a question. We did a bond issue of $15 million for Coopertown and the animal control. I know the $14 million whatever is out there for the school system to go do what they're going to do. Where's the money sitting for the animal control, since it doesn't appear that we're going to be able to do anything there for a while? Is that money sitting aside, protected from?
it's protected. It's setting specifically for animal control.
So
And,
there's no-
what fund?
What you do is you got separate capital funds, and the schools funds, their 15 million went into what you call Educational Capital Projects Fund
Okay.
177.
Okay.
Anything to do with the general for this animal control, because it was all earmarked when you all did the resolution.
Mm-hmm.
These funds went into General Capital Projects Fund 171. So they're actually in two separate.
So we still holding the money for the day when we get ready to look at if we're going to borrow more or build a lot smaller building.
That's correct.
That is correct.
Okay, I just want to make sure that didn't go away. Now, I keep hearing about all these monies that are coming, these grants and such. I'd like somebody to explain what we're looking at. Those of you that have went and listened to the grant presentation, I'd like to know what's coming and what the requirements and restrictions are going to be.
I will be totally honest with you on all the requirements and restrictions. There are many. And I'm gonna get some help from Amanda Porter, at TEMA, because she's already in the middle of a grant where they're calling it the Stafford Grant, and it's through TEMA. We learned about a grant last week, what they're calling the Corona Virus Relief Fund.
Yeah,
And the county is getting funds to the effect of $15 per capita, and they have us figured at $15 times 71,012. So we're earmarked to get $1,065,180 on that, and that is a lot of related to COVID. It talks about to get reimbursed for salaries and anything to do with COVID. I don't know all the details on it.
okay. So there's no idea when these funds are gonna be released or anything like that?
Alls I can tell you is went to a town hall, and then we've got to the 15th to go onto a portal and get 2 people earmarked to be able to go in there and request the funds. You've got to have all the appropriate information on that one. So that's definitely one that just came into our radar for certain last week, and they had a town hall meeting.
What day was that? You mean Amanda?
We did that on Wednesday.
Yeah, we even asked a question, just so they know we was on there, be sure they had us down.
So they knew they'd be on there.
Yeah.
So that was one of them, and the state comptroller has it to where you will have to call it different grant numbers on a revenue code. They got them federal through state and then direct federal, and then you're gonna have to put them in a specific expense account, which is 58881, and I'm gonna try my best to figure out how to match them. I'm of the belief right now, not knowing what the portal looks like, but I'm kind of the belief right now, if we can end up requesting the funds, that I could try to match the grant revenue with the expense as we request the funding. It's going to be up to us to figure out how everything is ID'd and when it comes in.
Okay, my next question is, who is monitoring expenditures right now for all the departments? Is your office capable?
It's the department head that's monitoring all the expenses.
So they're keeping up with what they're spending that's related to COVID?
Yes, and we tried to help them by earmarking some of it, where at the end of an expense, we would mark it COVID, COVID. And Amanda and myself talked about it, and we'll have to get with the mayor. It appears what we're going to need to do is have a department head meeting. We'll probably get the county people together. And then I know there's some separate grant money from the school system. I don't really understand all theirs, but I believe they're going to be receiving $1,673,000 and change. That, I don't have any idea what that is. That's something they will end up taking care of. We will help them with that however we can, but that's on their side. And then this other grant last week.
You still have to run it through the books here, right?
Yes, but they're the ones that will be doing the requesting. It's my understanding that whatever grants they have, they do the requesting at their level.
Yeah, okay.
So, and historically, whenever grant funds are requested, they're requested at the department level.
Okay.
So that's where we're going to have to get the department heads together, tell them what paperwork we need. And I already know we have to be careful. You can't be double dipping. And I want Amanda involved because she's doing something with a Stafford Act grant. And I don't want us to be trying to get money back through here when she's already went over there and asked for it, because we'll have to pay it back if that happens.
Yep, okay.
Then the next grant I know about is called the Governor's Grant, Local Support Grant, where y'all did a resolution in May. And when you did the resolution in May, they have the funds at $1,056,083. Well, as of last week, the mayor signed an agreement, and they actually have, they're calling it $2 million direct appropriation grant to local governments, and it's been authorized through a PC 760. And we're actually listed to receive $1,317,572. So that's $266,000 and change greater than what the original allocation was. He applied for it, an agreement, and it's my understanding they're just going to do a direct appropriation. These funds will just show up in the county's coffers.
Okay. And what do we have to, what kind of reporting back to the state on how we spent the money? Is there any reporting that back to them?
On the 1,317,572, I'm not 100% sure, so I think I need to contact, Steve Osborne at the comptroller's office.
Okay, and if we do have to report back, we're probably gonna have proof of what the money was spent on, and it was COVID related.
I'm not 100% sure on this one because this is that one where you guys did a, resolution.
I know.
And these items were not COVID related, so I'm
Well,
gonna have to
that's what's
clarify
scaring me
that.
now. I've heard so much about these grants being tied to COVID. I'm scared that one would be a problem. How would we how would we know, for instance, we gave 10,000 each?
Well, I think,
We'd have to get, I think what we need, if it is tied to COVID, they're gonna have to submit an expense and we'll reimburse them.
right.
And then the
But-
sheriffs, we've
I
talked
think
about
it's
all those cars, and I don't think that's COVID related.
Yeah, but from what I understand, all those restrictions have been taken
Okay.
off.
Okay.
That's
So-
what I've been told.
Okay, that makes me
Springfield and them, they
feel
said
pretty good.
restrictions have been taken off, but still, you don't have to spend it for COVID. That was a separate
Right,
grant.
that was
and,
separate.
Yeah, he
Yep.
hadn't tied it into COVID.
Okay,
Right.
I just wanted to make sure we weren't,
Hey, and we didn't say 10, Dennis, I think we said 20.
I can't remember how much
It
we
was
gave.
20 to the fire department.
I can't remember.
Yeah.
I just remember,
Because
we,
you said Greenbrier was gonna get first.
I think we want one.
All right, I'm going to give an update on the Dr. Plaza building. Tomorrow is the date that was put in,
But
August the
Lanny's
5th,
coming in,
to have
I
the
don't know what
contract
they did.
signed. Y'all want to carry on with the other conversation? Well, I mean,
I'm sorry,
All right.
he's,
I'm just going to give an update on this, and then we'll get on out of here.
I'm sorry.
August the 5th was a drop dead date on that. I spoke with William this afternoon. He's got his part signed. He's taken it to Aaron. Aaron's supposed to have it signed and in our county attorney's office by tomorrow afternoon. So that should be something y'all be voting on the commission floor that night. So we can move on with that. And the only other thing I've got is back before COVID hit, we had talked about increasing our impact fees. And, or our, building adequate facility tax, I guess you should call it. And I think probably not tonight, but very soon, we need to start looking back into that. Building is going nuts in White House, and it's time to get a little more force instead of raising property taxes. So we may be looking at that next month. And that's all I've got.
I don't know.
Anything else? Mayor, you got anything?
No, I got to say, y'all do a good job.
I'll
We got a good leader.
entertain a motion to adjourn.
So,
All those in favor say aye.
all right.
This meeting's adjourned.